The following interview was recorded live during the Technology and Curriculum Conference of Aldine. To find out more, visit their website, tccaconference.com.
Cynthia Harris. I'm an iTech at Plummer Middle School in Aldine ISD.
Cool.
I teach the teachers how to integrate technology into their lessons.
Oh, nice.
Try to make it a little bit more exciting for the kids.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to know everything else I do you?
No.
I don't know.
I do a lot of things. So
Cool.
I love my job. I've been in Aldine for 17 years now.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is awesome.
So, what's the big tech you guys are? What's the most tech that you teach? Google stuff or Flipgrid or what is it?
This year's going to be the Promethean boards.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ooh.
how to mirror those.
Yeah, cool.
nice.
So I've got a bunch of Chromebooks, and I'm teaching my teachers how to mirror to that, so they are no longer stuck at their desk.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's very.
That's my
always,
big project
That
for
always
today.
makes a huge difference
Yes,
for teachers.
it
A
will.
massive one. So, how do you guys do that? Does Chrome have a built-in ability to do that?
Yes.
I mean, the Prometheans do, don't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
they have it. They have for casting with Chrome. They have the app for the Apple for an iPad or an iPod.
iOS products? Yeah.
Thank you. And then for Windows 10, we have Miracast.
Oh, yeah. Miracast
Nice.
is a really
So,
good one.
yeah.
Oh, they're going to love that. And that's the cool part about it. Do those teachers also have Chromebooks for the kids usually, or is it mostly just teachers using Chromebooks?
Well, we have level up learners. I have 10 of those on campus right now, so they are integrating that with the students so they can share it on the board.
Yeah,
So there's actually 4 screens at one time going, which is really cool.
that is good.
I'm pushing more people to go through Level Up because my wonderful principal let me spend a ton of money last year.
Yeah.
And I bought a lot of more Chromebooks.
Yeah, cool.
So it's just, we're going completely mobile. I mean, we've moved a lot from me becoming an iTech, I think, 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
To where we are at right now.
Oh, sure.
And
yeah.
think about how much technology's changed since we've been, it's just like overnight. It's completely
Oh,
different.
yeah. I learned on DOS,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dating
Yeah.
my age.
Hey, that's, hey, we're right
okay.
there with
Let-
you.
Trust me.
So
there we go.
have no fear.
Trust me.
I learned on Commodore Basic. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to predate you. So
Okay,
there you go. So there you
thank
go.
you for making me feel better.
Yeah, I can beat that. Yeah, I started teaching in the 1990s.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it a long time too. But yeah, it's but you're right. It's funny. For a while, technology was technology for the 90s and early 2000s, and then really, I like to credit, and I'm not an Apple fanboy by any means, but when the iPhone came out, it kind of changed. When smartphones hit really hard, it kind of changed everything that happened, and that's when mobile technology got really cool. So yeah,
I
and
gotta admit.
Chromebooks. I mean, at the price point, it's just beautiful.
I know, right?
It's just so cheap, and it does everything we need it to do.
It does. I mean, my 4-year-old granddaughter has a Chromebook that's a touchscreen.
Yep.
It's amazing. But now she goes to my smart TV and thinks it's
A touchscreen.
a touchscreen going,
Don't put your fingers on the TV. Yes.
Nana,
That's why this screen right here. I do this all the time. Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, I
That's
can't
right.
do that.
I did
So-
that at one of the vendors too. I go, is this a touchscreen so I can type my name in?
Well,
Yeah.
yes,
She
yes.
goes, no, sweetie, use the keyboard. I'm like, okay.
Yes, which just as another aside, it seems to me like there should be codes on the badges. I mean, just put a code and the vendors could scan it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know,
That's a good idea. You
So-
know,
something you guys can think of for the future.
Definitely.
Now, I will tell you, I have no clue what it takes to implement that. So, whoever the powers are that
iPhone?
be at TCCA may be
Yeah.
like, we can't
that's a
implement
really
that.
good idea.
ISTE does that, and with some of the larger conferences
other
we go to, they do that.
Yeah.
So when you come up, they can do, can I scan your badge? And they just have the app. Because
Right.
the app you guys have is awesome. That
It is.
TCCA
It
app is
really
really
is.
cool. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
that way we can keep. I know you guys are keeping up with your tracking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real excited that your numbers are way up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
That's
now
awesome.
you're not a small conference. You know that.
Not
now.
anymore. Yeah, oh, I started back when it used to be at Eisenhower, dating myself again. And we have grown
Oh, it's massive.
massively. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it could go 2 days.
she's like, nah, that's not
Okay,
happening.
considering we were here at 12:30, God, I pray my directors are not listening to this. From 12:30 till 5:30, setting it up.
Right.
Not including what the vendors had to do themselves.
Sure.
2 days. How about once every 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Would that work?
That would work too. That'd be neat. One in the spring and one in the fall.
There you go. And
There
now
you
I'm
go.
going to have every iTech that's listening to this go, oh,
Yeah,
Harris,
that's right.
shut
Now,
up.
that's right. Now you just got.
That's
I
what
just
she said.
don't get talked
She did
to.
that. We
Yeah,
didn't
we
do
didn't
that
do
one.
that.
Yeah,
She
I know.
did that.
It's
I
all
set her
Harris
up.
here.
I set her up. That was me. I set her up.
So have you started rolling out your program with getting the teachers to get free using their Chromebooks with the Prometheans, or is that something you're still working toward? Have you started it yet?
I have my Level Up people on it.
Okay.
Because they've gone through the Level Up last year and they're going through Level Up 2, so they're very tech savvy already.
Yep.
Sure.
My people that are not that tech savvy,
Right.
we're having a lot of meetings one-on-one. So what I've been doing is once I get them on the domain and everything, I sit down with them for an hour and I meet and we talk and we go over the very, very basics because we're also introducing Windows 10 as well as the Promethean boards.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
They're getting hit really.
Double, yes.
Yeah.
But I always cheer them up going, hey, we're wireless.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. And then a lot of us have like work orders, or if you want trainings, just ask us and we'll go in when conference time and do a lot of one-on-ones.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, are you meeting? How do I say this? Not from necessarily the folks that aren't as tech savvy, but just from you may have folks who are very tech savvy, but who are you meeting any resistance to this, or?
Our teachers having a hard time grasping it. That's a better.
I guess
question.
maybe that's a better way
Yeah.
to phrase that.
Some of them, yes.
It's more
Yeah.
politically correct.
And we've been in the
Yeah.
business a long time, and
Yeah.
some teachers they're great teachers,
Yeah.
and they don't see a need to use the technology in their classroom.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have a couple like that.
Yeah.
And they're going to be a little stubborn.
Sure.
But
Right.
it's okay. They still have their ladybug and projector.
Yeah.
And we'll just.
Yeah.
I hold hands a lot, and I'm very patient.
Yeah.
So
Well, and what's funny
if
is
I wasn't, I wouldn't be in education.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and I would venture that some of the folks that are sort of resistant to the new change were probably just as resistant when they got their ladybug and projector.
Probably
Correct.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
And
the
so
same
it's
general.
one of those kind of baby steps. Remember when you got your ladybug and your projector, you weren't too keen on that, and now you don't want to let go of that.
Right.
So this is just kind of the next step. It's kind of those little baby steps.
Teachers
but
don't
it's-
like change.
but
They
it-
don't
they
like change.
Well, honestly, most people don't like
And
change.
it's
I mean,
kind of
really.
a generation thing as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll put myself out there. My age, but there again, I've been in technology for so long. I had a professor that took me under his wing my dad passed away.
Yeah.
And he took
I'm
me
sorry.
under his wing, and
Okay.
he just got me into computers doing
Yeah.
DOS,
Yeah.
and it took my mind off of it.
It sure did.
And I just kind of dove into it.
Yeah.
So I keep telling the teachers who think that Level Up is hard or too much time, it really isn't. It takes time. Everything takes time.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's worthwhile because if I wasn't an iTech, I would love. Do not put me back in second grade, okay, guys? Yeah. Whoever's out there listening, be a Level Up and have the Promethean board because when I used to teach classes, there was a chalkboard
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and an overhead projector where you
Yeah.
used to get the black stuff all over your
Vis-a-vis
hand.
all over you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vis-a-vis pins.
that's it.
Yep.
That's it. So.
So I had one more question. Oh, how many iTechs are in the Aldine School District?
There's one for every campus. I believe I think there's 86 of us, but don't hold me to that number.
awesome.
So, but we're blessed enough that we have one for every campus.
That's awesome.
That is
It
And your primary job is just to help teachers.
Basically, yeah, we
That's
help
awesome.
them integrate technology
Yeah.
and from the one that's the highest level to
Sure.
one that doesn't
Right.
know how to plug a computer in.
Right. Well,
Well,
go
ahead.
I can tell you that with the schools in other states that push technology first, they don't have that kind. They weren't smart enough. Well, I shouldn't say that. They didn't have the foresight to make sure that they had iTechs like that at every campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though your teachers might not have a Chromebook for every child or a set of iPads in every classroom, they're actually ahead of the game. Your district is way ahead of the game.
Oh, thank you for telling us that.
That's really true.
Oh,
You
I mean,
really
seriously.
No, you really are.
I'm glad
you're,
to hear that.
You're leveling up, and that's the key there. I mean, that's what's actually happening. Because when it does happen and the funds get there, then your staff is going to be rock and roll, ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
And the
They
kids already are. We know
I
that.
know,
So
right?
yeah, but we've got a lot of schools around the country that, and it's not a bad thing. It's really not. They take the opportunity, and they buy 4,000 Chromebooks. But the problem is the teachers just aren't ready to deal with that in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's like giving everybody a beaker full of acid and a beaker full of base and a centrifuge and going, okay, let's have some fun. Teachers are like,
You're right.
Yeah.
And it collects dust. And that's a pet peeve of mine.
Right.
I hate things collecting dust.
That's exactly right.
So it just drives me up the wall.
So I want to talk about we talked about the teachers who may be a little slightly more resistant to the change. So how much of a challenge it is for those really the go-getters that like jump or attempt to jump way ahead of you in terms of what they're doing?
I welcome it because when they do that and other people go by their classrooms, and I purposely, when I set up my Promethean boards, did it to the level of people who jump on it really quick.
Yep.
Because people start walking by, whoa, that's cool. Why can't I have that? I said, well, when you come to the trainings, we can.
Yeah.
I said, we got to learn how to use it. So I love it. And my teachers, I'm very lucky. My teachers teach each other.
That's awesome.
So, so once they see, so-and-so's having a really easy time with this. Why am I having such a hard time with it? It's because they're engaging the kids. And that's what it's all about is teaching our kids. And we have a new generation. We grew up with typewriters, those big black ones.
A 13-inch black and white television, and I thought I was the king of the
I
world.
know, right?
Right?
Exactly.
It's like, I'm what?
And I'll tell you, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter who knows my password on my smartphone, and it's 6 digits.
Yeah.
And she knows how to do that, and she's going to be bored, and she's going to go to Aldine because we have that technology.
Right.
She's not going to be bored.
That's right.
Because our kids today are so plugged in.
Yeah.
It's a must.
We have to move ahead. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, see, now that wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I told you.
and I do have one more thing though. Now this is I'm switching gears. I want to talk about TCCA.
Okay.
So all the red shirts, and you're a red shirt,
I'm a red
which
shirt.
is awesome. So tell me about like are you volunteer? How does it work? How does the TCCA red shirt staff work?
We're all volunteers, and all of us are ITechs, and we also have our librarians that come in and help. We have district people that come in and help. As for I kind of mix it up every year and do something a little bit different to get out of my comfort zone.
Sure.
Because my age, it's like, if I just be a docent, I don't have to teach anything. So like this year, I'm doing social media, which is out of my box because. FYI, guys, if there's anything going, I'm not a Twitter person, but I tweeted you guys
Awesome.
twice so far.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
it makes me push myself out of the box.
Yeah.
So we work really, really hard. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it.
Well, you have a lot to
Starting
be
right
proud
now.
of.
Well, I was going to say, and it shows. I mean,
Thank you.
we were just talking about this not long ago. This is truly one of the most well-run conferences that we've been to, and for this to be a district-level conference, I mean, seriously, it blows most things that we have seen out of the water that a district puts on.
It takes a team, and we're really.
This is
really good team.
national level stuff that you guys are doing. It really is.
you.
It is awesome. It
Oh, I
really
hope
is
they
awesome.
hear some of this because they need
to know that.
Yeah, they need to know
Yeah.
you guys are
Yeah.
kicking butt.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yay,
You
all
can
me.
use that as your slogan next year.
Oh yeah, I ain't
That
commenting.
probably won't go over.
But that's awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you for coming by.
Well, thank you so much.
We would like to thank our guests for joining us for this interview. If you would like to hear more EduTech Guys, check out our podcast on iTunes.